Jessica, that was terrific. You know, it's all about making a difference, and that's exactly what Kiva does. And there's a lot of people who've made a lot of differences. I want to talk to you about the differences that IBM is going to make, but before I do that, we could not have done this without three major partners. And I want you to join me in recognizing these three partners right now. NEPAD, Reuters, and Makerere University. Would those representatives please stand up? Thank you. They were with us through the thick and thin of the whole Africa GIO set of deep dives, and that was something we did new and different this year, by the way, was to share it with partners. In addition, as I reflected on all of what I heard from the panelists, from the local heroes, most of you understand, you know how challenging it is, you know how difficult it is to stand up in front of an audience like this, you know, in New York City, and, you know, try to, you know, keep your composure, keep your thoughts, keep yourself focused, and then think about doing it in a different language. I think we ought to give all of the participants another incredible round of applause. All right, now that I got your energy flowing. By the way, that whole idea of a dew tank, it's Bola's idea. I was there in South Africa at that deep dive as we started to talk about this issue of think tanks, and she's the one who kept dragging us, you know, to the thought of, but we have to do something. You know, we have to have some action. You know, thinking about things doesn't get the job done. So Bola, thank you for that thought. I'll never forget you. Now let me tell you what we're going to do. Let me help you understand exactly what we're going to do, because I want you to leave here with some specific understanding of our commitment. And again, it's not just going to be our commitment. We've got partners who are going to help us here along the way. Some of you actually remember perhaps the first GIO forum back now in 2004. It was in New York City as well. I know some of you were there. And at the end of that, I kind of jumped up on the stage, and I felt compelled, you know, to say something, to commit to do something. And I did exactly that, because that's the kind of person I am, much to the surprise of our chairman, who was with us at that time, and my colleagues. Like, where did that come from? Well, this time around, I'm just as committed, I'm just as passionate, but with a lot of help from a lot of my colleagues. Our set of commitments this time, they're a little bit more thoughtful, they're a little bit more focused, and they're a little bit more specific. So allow me to just take the next few minutes to kind of outline those commitments for you. And of course, as I said, they're going to be in collaboration with our partners to help simply accelerate the socio-economic growth throughout the African continent. Now, I can absolutely assure you that these are just the first of many things that you are going to hear from the IBM company and from our partners over the next weeks and months. Let me simply start by saying, right up front, we are going to put our money where our proverbial mouth is. We have just approved a plan to increase our investment in sub-Sahara Africa by at least $120 million next year and add 100 new professionals to serve our clients in the region. Mark Harris, who you met earlier, of course, will continue as IBM's lead executive in Africa with the responsibility for IBM's ongoing activities in at least 28 countries in the region. We also have appointed Robert Mayberry, a senior executive with vast experience in developing new business opportunities, to join Mark's team and to drive our expanded activities in Africa. I'd like Mark and Robert to please stand and receive our applause. Next, I am a firm believer that access to advanced technology is a prerequisite for economic development. Africa has distinct technical and scientific challenges and ideas that are unique and yet are applicable to the rest of the world. But it needs powerful tools to enable its outstanding scientific, engineering, and technical community to address them. So today, I am announcing that IBM will donate one of our flagship Blue Gene P supercomputers for use by scientific and research centers across all of Africa. This system will be worth well over $1.5 million, and it will instantaneously become the most powerful computer on the continent of Africa. It will be housed at the Makerere Institute for computing. Absolutely. No, I'm sorry, it's really not. I just wanted to see whether you were paying attention. Nice try, my friend. By the way, this guy's going to become the president of Uganda, too. I just wanted to... It's Maraka. It's Maraka Institute for the Center of High Performance Computing in South Africa. But pay attention now, Brian, because it'll be open to you and all universities in Africa to be able to do research that qualifies with these computational models that will allow you to address the social and economic issues within the region. These challenges will begin with problems such as climate and environment modeling, and I suspect will extend themselves and expand themselves into infectious disease studies, as well as sophisticated transportation, logistic, and even financial market studies as well. Now, during the GIO deep dives on Africa, one pressing need continuously raised itself. In fact, Jessica just addressed it. By the way, did you know her real name was Jennifer? For those of us who were actually with her in the deep dive, there were like 2 or 3 people who kept trying to change her name to Jennifer. I don't know when you're going to wake up, Jessica, and finally do that. You did speak directly both from your head and your heart with respect to Kiva. So it's clear what the need and the opportunity is. But opening up the access to capital and financing to a larger segment of the African population is fundamentally and critically, absolutely base level requirement if we're going to have any form of entrepreneurial spirit in Africa. And we all know that fundamentally it is the small medium marketplace that generates the real growth. The real growth actually in the world's GDP, to be candid with you. And it's likely to be that sector, that segment of the economy that's going to be the real growth engine for Africa. So, while there are many aspects to accomplishing this, the dive participants highlighted the growth potential and transformational possibilities that could be fostered if more entrepreneurs had access to microfinancing. So to address that and this passionate belief in the growth of small medium markets, what we're proposing to do is to literally build a platform. Build a platform that will allow Africa to be able to reside on this financial grid structure that will scale not just to thousands, not just to hundreds of thousands, not just to millions, but hundreds of millions of loans and capability. And to do that, we are proud to announce that CARE International shares this very same belief and is going to be our partner in getting this microfinancing platform rolled out into a financial grid solution.